Hi Gary, today I'm going to demonstrate some advantages and disadvantages in different tire lever possibilities. I know we all get flats and change tires, so let's get into it. So here's a typical tire. Say we want to take the tire off. We let some of the air out that's still in there. Getting it low enough so we can get a tire lever in the edge. So here's a variety of various tire levers and tools. Older style ones that get the job done. Thicker ones. You might have noticed this if you were at CycleCon. Schwabe was giving these away. Some all-in-one tools have a lever on the side. They get the job done, but they're a little smaller. Here's a Crank Brothers one. I'll show you some advantages of that. And here's a new handy tool to help get the tire on, and I'll show you that in a little bit too. So starting out with the older style, you kind of need two to get the job done. So I'm going to start with these two.
That's fine. Oh, yep.
So as you can see, these kind of get the job done, and they've got the little clip on there, but I prefer these thicker ones. Pedro makes a really good one. You see these a lot of places. And then this Crank Brothers is a good thick one too. And you can kind of see that's where the thicker, wider ones are a little bit more sturdy. Especially with some of the recumbent tires that are smaller in diameter. There we go. That's it. So then put this back on here. Okay. So now I've got the one side off. So you can see these thicker ones work a little bit better than the thinner ones. Okay, so we've got the tube replaced, and now we're going to put the tire back on the wheel. And I'll show you a couple of different advantages of some of these levers to help put it back on. So first, of course, you want to get the valve through there the right way and start as much as you can by hand. So as you're getting the tire back on, you get to a part where it kind of gets a little tough. So that's where this Crank Brothers comes in handy. So Crank Brothers came out with this idea to put this little groove in here to help get the tire back on the rim. And the way this works is, put it in here where you've got it started. And you kind of work it in a little bit more. And then you pull it a little bit more. And you can work it on there eventually, and that's another good advantage. It's got that little handle there. And then there's another tool that can come in handy. It's a little bigger. It's called, it's by a company, Cool Stop. And the way this works is you put one end here and then the other end around. This might not even work with this big balloon tire. So the Cool Stop turns out doesn't work so well with that wide scorcher balloon tire. So I've put on a GT365 from Schwabe that's not quite as wide. So going back to this part here, so far so good. And now I'll demonstrate a little bit of the cool stop. The flat end goes here, the other end comes around here, and work it over like that. There.
Well, Larry, that was easy.
So, I don't know, in summary, it kind of takes a combination. The Crank Brothers comes in handy in steps. This may or may not come in handy. These are great for getting the tire off to start with. And now that I've showed you a few of those other levers, there's even newer ones that have come out since then that we'll talk a minute or two about. The Wera has one out, and something from Topek has one out. So the Wera tire levers, you can safely remove tires from the rim without damaging. It comes with two levers clipped together. You can unclip them. And on the back, I mean, it's a typical tire lever. On the back, it's got a part where you can use it to take air out of the Schrader valve. And then it's also got, it talks about different ways to screw off and on with the core valves. And then this one's got a hex cut out, so you can use that to take off and on those size of hex screws. I've got one last one to show you. Topek came out with what they call their power lever. As you can see, it looks like a set of two tire levers, but it also has some features for taking apart your chain at the power links. I've never used it, but Topek makes some good stuff, and if you're looking to have a combination tire lever and working on your chain, this might be a good option as well. So that wraps up our review on some different tire lever options. As you can see, you don't need to be a mechanic to take a tire off and on, and there's different tools to help you out with the task. Thanks so much for letting me share all that.